So this is something yeah, I've talked about before, but this is I guess a slightly different perspective. And the more I come to see how uh, oh, it's so tricky how I'm going to say how the world really is, but it's not really the right way to say it. But whatever. The more I see how things work, the more I notice again that how should I put this? Falling for somebody, and when falling somebody is a term that can mean different things to different people. When I say falling for somebody, I mean you feel like you love this person for whatever reason. Now that can mean different things to so many people to cover my bases, because everyone doesn't know or have the same meaning of love felt experientially. Not even close. Some people are way off the mark, and some people understand. So if you fall for somebody, and from my perspective, that's kind of falling in love with them. Not really the way I want to say it, but whatever fucking words, just gotta fucking use them. Um, are crushing on them hard, or so it happens. It just happens. It just happens. You don't plan it. You may not even want to anymore because you're just like fuck it, and then and it can happen on many different levels with different people. But the one I'm talking about is when it actually hits you, and you're just kind of like, God damn it. So when you fall for somebody, and it just happens. Now, in the grand scheme of things, it's all orchestrated by you, your higher being, source energy, blah, 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 whatever you want to call it. But down here in the nitty gritty, when you just happen to just look at someone and say, what the hell? If you let that happen before you have the proper ingrained, known through experience, no one can tell you otherwise, wise belief structures in place. The right belief structure. You have to have you gotta have the right belief structures in place before that happens. And no one does. No one does. I mean, I'm sure it's probably happened before, but I know I didn't the 8,000 times that happened to me before I finally figured it out. That one section. As like I was figuring everything else out. And there's just still that one section. But anyway, so you fall for somebody, and we explain what that means before you have the proper belief system in place. It's disastrous. It can be disastrous in a plethora of ways. For me, I did not have the belief systems or knowings of the way it's an energy world. And it's funny because, I was born in 1984, so I'm 42. And from 1984 up until about 94, 2004, I was about 20 years old. Still going. I don't know anything about this stuff. I'm just nitty gritty, dense living. I don't know anything about this stuff. I don't believe in God. I don't believe. I guess I was kind of. Anyway, I'm gonna just keep going. And any of this stuff, we're just real life humans. So what the fuck is wrong with you? You know what I mean? So I don't know. Right around 26 or so, 27, 28, somewhere around there, I started changing, and stuff happened to make me slowly start to change. But anyway, so I didn't have these belief systems then. And I would fall for people. And it could be many reasons you get the feeling that you're falling for people. All tailored to whoever the person who's doing the falling. Like, it could be many different reasons, many sensations that you're feeling. The visuals pop off for you. No one's taught you about emotions and blush and blush and blah. And maybe you grew up with like things in your face, like maybe certain cartoons or things that showed love a certain way, how it's supposed to be. And we know that happens. TV shows, cartoons. The parents, no hate towards any parents, but lots of times it's the TVs and the surroundings and the tablets. Nowadays, tablets. Me, it was TV, computer that raises us. And raises us in a subtle way, like things about love, things we just watch and we just don't know that we agree with. and it becomes part of our belief system. Like you got to woo a girl, or you have to be a bad boy to get a girl. I'm just throwing stuff out. There's not stuff I believe. I'm just trying to throw stuff out there. It could be anything, anything, or it has to be this way, that way, whatever. And it's all bullshit. You get around all that and you figure out what you like for yourself. But it's tough. Anyway, so if you fall for somebody before you have these, and that's just one belief I needed to get down about. Did I even get there yet? About explaining that about so what I was doing was I'd fall for somebody, and I wasn't learned about all this stuff. It would feel, and I'm very sensitive and powerful with my emotions. I didn't know this. I thought everyone was everyone was feeling the same shit. And it would just, boom, it would be that person. And then they wouldn't even know, or maybe they would know, and anyway, what I was doing and I didn't know was, when I'm thinking, I'm just like, you know, loving on some girl, crushing on some girl, just feeling good, like, because you feel good because you haven't talked to her yet, you don't know the potentials, you haven't failed miserably, so you're like hopeful, like, oh damn, she's so beautiful. Anyway, and what I didn't know was that you're giving all your, it's not like you're giving it away, but you're misusing. You're like lending all your power to something else. And that's still a word. That's not the right way to say lending your power to something. No, but your creative essence, your vibrancy, so much data information and shit about that emotion is telling you, and you're thinking it's just solely because of this thing you happen to run into. And the reason that's happening is because of the way you're brought up and blah, 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 and ignorance and shit, so many things. And so now you're stuck because this person, who knows what they're thinking? They're another mixed bag. They have to be if they met you and they're in close proximity. They could be doing the same thing to another person. It could be a train. They could be also into you or not even thinking about you. It could be a good match, not a good match. What it probably is just a ball of anxiety, regret, and unsureness meeting another ball of anxiety, regret, and unsureness that are going to come together. And the universe is like, well, at least they're going to learn a lot of lessons. And they're going to learn about themselves. That's about all sometimes it could be happen. But the key is you're giving your power away. You're giving your power away. So you fall in love with someone, you fall for someone, you crush on someone too hard without the proper belief systems in place. Another reason the proper belief systems need to be in place is you can talk yourself away and from falling in a certain way that is unbeneficial to you. If you practice it, that's another reason. But anyway, so now I had lots of good belief structure in place, but this is one that was like a bugaboo. It was like stuck in my craw. Just need one more fucking jab in the eye for me to be like, eureka! you know? Now, I don't, and it was always worrying me, I don't think I'm not gonna fall for someone again. Because I love that. I love that. It just happens. It's like, oh. I used to think now that I got these different belief systems that I wasn't going to have that experience. I don't think that's the case. I think it's still going to happen now. But the person I have to naturally fall for is going to be more matched to me. I'm more balanced now, better thought structures, blah, 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 blah. So there will be something generally around the same thing. It doesn't be exactly the same or even close, but generally the same vibe. And when I fall for them, I have the belief structures in place. So I notice that there's something appealing about this person, and I'm noticing my emotions and stuff, but I'm not. It doesn't happen to where I kind of inadvertently, unknowingly have them up on a pedestal, and this is why I feel my connection to Source without knowing that this is what's happening. Now that doesn't happen anymore. I know my connection to Source. Now I know I'm looking at you and I'm feeling a little something, but I know that something is me. But that doesn't mean I'm still not starting to maybe go down the beating routes of crushing on somebody. So it could still happen, which is great. But you can't get lost in it anymore. You just know what's going on. And it does kind of boil down to, Abraham says this, a little bit of more of the notion of you take the whole dating and everything, All boils down to one notion. It's like, hey, I like you pretty much. Let's see how it goes. Nothing more, nothing less. Because you have enough experience to know. But by this time anyway, you're more balanced, you're more found, so they're gonna be more, and they're gonna be like, it's just gonna be different, better, but still feeling like you're crushing on somebody. But you're not giving your power away anymore. You know it's your power. Okay, I think that's all I had to say. And only in 10 minutes, in 20, we're gonna stop it on 10:30. I don't know why I'm becoming like this.